My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my video where I talk about all the Blu-rays I bought in the months of October. So let's begin with a movie I actually didn't like, and it's Prey. I loved the premise for this movie, but I thought the execution was very lacking. I only bought it because I'm a completionist and I want to encourage Disney to release their other streaming movies on Blu-ray like Hellraiser. So I guess I own it now, but I don't love the movie. This movie, Dead End. This is a hidden gem. My goodness, I loved it. Len Shay gives the best performance I've seen from her, and the movie's legitimately really funny and campy, but also unnerving and sad when it needs to be. So yeah, this one I really liked. The next one I'll talk about, everyone hates this movie. It got terrible reviews, and I actually think this is one of my favorite movies of 2023 so far, and it's God is a Bullet. Make Him and War is absolutely incredible in this movie, and I like how this can be a really sad, effective movie when it needs to be, but it can also be a very fun, over-the-top action movie when it needs to be. It walks that fine line incredibly well, and for a movie that's like 2 hours and 40 minutes, I thought it was paced well as well. So yeah, I like this one. A lot actually. Speaking of underrated movies from this year, The Boogeyman. Everybody hates this movie, and I really liked it. I thought it was shot well. It had a nice atmosphere. It was spooky. I don't really like the story. I'm not a fan of how every horror movie's about grief nowadays, but even the dad's character transformation, he goes from one extreme to the other, and I really didn't care for that. But at the end of the day, it's a fun haunted house movie. So yeah. Then we've got Pandorum, and this movie I liked quite a bit. I thought it had a nice atmosphere. It was very tense when it needed to be. I loved the ending of this movie. It can be a little dry, but I still enjoyed it enough. The next movie I'll talk about is actually really weird. It's Frankenweenie, and it's weird because this movie was made and distributed by Disney, but whenever someone talks about Disney movies, for some reason, they don't talk about this one. I love this movie. I think it is just fantastic. It's really heartfelt. It's got beautiful animation. It's a nice throwback to the old monster movies. The musical score by Danny Elfman's really nice. It's a movie about intent. It's not about letting go. And it's better if you view it through that lens. But I've always loved this movie. It's probably my second favorite Disney movie of the past 15 years. Oh no, that's not true. Second best Disney movie of the past 11 years. Yes, let's go with that. 12 years? Okay, 12 years. But yes, really good movie. Then we've got Session 9, which I haven't seen in a long time, but I remember really liking it. It's a nice atmospheric movie that I will probably watch and review for next October. Then we've got one that I just watched for the first time, and The Ruins. This movie was really freaking good. I thought it was tense and messed up. Like, there was one scene involving a guy's back that is just... and then there's a scene involving a guy's legs that... and I don't know, I thought it was a very effective movie. I liked this one a lot. Another movie I liked a lot that everybody else hated is Sloth. And it's because it's a fun, dumb movie. This movie never tries to be anything more. I'm kind of shocked that everybody's hating it as much as they are. Like, there's literally a scene where the sloth is scrolling through Instagram. Like, how can you take this movie seriously? I really enjoyed this one. I feel like it's going to get a cult following over the years, but we will see. Another movie that everybody hates from this year that I had fun with is The Meg 2. I thought this movie was just fun. The first act sucks, I'll be honest. I don't like the start of this movie. But once they're trapped underwater, it starts to just be a fun schlocky time. You know, the effects aren't great, but it kind of adds to the movie's charm. It's funny, and Jason Statham's great, and people talk about how the movie sucks besides the last 10 minutes, but the final battle's like legitimately a half hour long at least. Like, it's a good third of the movie, so I enjoyed this one. It's not great, but I enjoyed it. Speaking of it's not great and I enjoyed it, talk to me. I love the first half of this movie. I think it's very well directed. I love the sound. And the ending of this movie is 10 out of 10. Fantastic. But the second half is just the main character losing her mind, and it's just not that interesting. It starts off as a really fresh horror movie, and it just turns into a generic A24 horror movie. Okay, then we've got Spider-Man 2, which, if you saw my review, I think this game kind of sucks. I love the free roaming and getting from place to place, but the overall story, I think, is really bad. Like, really bad. Harry's not developed well enough at all. It's overstuffed. The character of Peter Parker is completely mishandled. They don't know what to do with Miles. It's just frustrating, but also the boss fights for this game suck. Way too excessive and overlong, and yeah, this game, everyone's calling it amazing, and I just don't see it. Okay, and then we've got Marry Me, which I reviewed already, but I don't think my review comes out until February. But I like this movie. I think Owen Wilson is just so likable here, and it's just a fun, simple time. Nothing great, but it doesn't try to be, so I enjoyed it. Then we've got Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I give this movie a 6 out of 10, and I'm not sure if I'd even get it to a 5. It has sat really poorly with me. I thought it was too long, the plot was convoluted nonsense. There's not enough action in this movie, and that's what we go to this franchise for. I bought it because I'm a completionist, but maybe my biggest disappointment of the year. And also, Elsa was done so dirty. But then we get to the last movie I'm going to talk about, and it's Eden Lake. This movie, I just watched it 2 nights ago. Phenomenal. It's really well acted, especially by Kelly Reilly and Jack O'Connell. And it's tense and thrilling throughout, and it made me feel sick to my stomach, but the ending just destroyed me. It is just a mean, nasty ending, and it just hit me really hard. I cannot recommend this movie enough. So, yeah, so anyways, that is what I bought for the month of October. Have you seen any of these movies? What do you think of them? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos soon, and Gavin out.